you for joining us on Earth File. I am Ayola Kasim. The United Nations has designated the first Monday of October of every year as World Habitat Day. The purpose of World Habitat Day is to reflect on the state of our towns and cities and on the basic right of all to adequate shelter. It is also intended to remind the world that we all have the power and responsibility to shape the future of our cities and towns. Mainly, the day is expected to remind all of the need to recognize the basic right of all humanity to adequate shelter and to encourage grassroots action toward ending poverty housing. This year's theme focuses on giving voice to people who have lived or live in vulnerable urban contexts. And so today on Earth File, we are exploring some of these areas. Stay with us. More than 50% of the world's population lives in urban areas today. By 2050, about 70% of the world's population is expected to live in urban areas, and more than 60% of the land projected to become urban by 2030 is yet to be developed. 95% of urban expansion will take place in developing countries. With the world urban population estimated to increase from 3.9 billion today to 6.3 billion in 2050, urbanization poses both a challenge and an opportunity to sustainable development. Urban areas are faced with problems of unsustainable geographical expansion patterns, ineffective urban planning, governance and financing systems, inefficient resource use, poverty, inequalities and slums, as well as inadequate delivery of basic services. Just off the popular Ikorodu Road is the Owode Onirin community in Lagos, an area which suffered major flooding in 2010. Today the story is not different. To enter the community, you definitely need a pair of rain boots. And as we wade in puddles, mud and shallow waters, the suffering of the people here becomes more evident.
This is where we have the disaster, that the water flow out from the river. It has, been like this anytime there is a flood. This is where we experience it first. About 3 places like that. To the other ends. So we have a volume of water flowing into the estate.
Okay, so when it comes in like this, where does it go? It enters the community?
Yes, it enters into community.
And where
then
does
from
it...
the community to the canal, there is a canal on the road to the other side.
One of the residents, Napoleon Agbahe, agreed to show us how he makes his trip home every day. We move through slippery and sometimes dangerous routes.
That place they was now, that pantry, that is my own road.
Hey!
Easy. Auntie, I don't think you can enter that water, it's very deep. When you are coming now, you need to follow the other side. I won't plan for that distance. I don't do anything.
Which part of...
Go straight. I will not go too fast.
It was at this point we decided to make our return journey, considering how dangerous going ahead can be. But to him and his neighbors, home is just a few steps ahead, and there is no need to be afraid.
I've been in this community for the past 8 years. And this water has been meeting me maybe, this is the third time that this kind of flood have met me here in this estate. It was as if something would come and carry me out of this place, because the past experience I was having, I had to pack myself, my family, to uncompleted building and stay there until the flood goes. But this time when it comes, I have to say, where do I go? All the uncompleted buildings that used to be, take my family to, they are all completed. Where do I go now? So I pick up, my wife said, okay, I should relocate my children. Then I have to go and rent a house for my children just far at Alagbado side. Then they all go there. Then I and my wife, we decided to stay. We are praying to God that this water should not enter inside. That is where we have problem. My grandchildren, the mother now relocate them to another school. It has been a terrible experience because myself, I am not fit in health. I have cough, I have heart problem. So whenever I'm going, I go with stick, very heavy stick. Then I will move. Anywhere the cough meet me, I have to stay. I will pull myself, comfort myself before start moving. And this affect me most now, as I am now. So it has been very great. My wife have not stepped in because out since since the water started, my wife is indoor. I always go home and bring something, go out and bring something for her to eat because I don't want her to be hot because of the water. The money I spend a day here, I spend almost 1,000 naira because when the flood now came, I could not move. Then the canoe that used to pick us in, it charged me more than extra charge to bring me in, especially when I come late 5 o'clock to the point.